All right, today we're going to talk about science fiction in different parts of the world. I'm going to talk about a little bit about German science fiction. There's a TV show on Netflix called The Dark, or it might just be called Dark, but it's pretty good German science fiction, and it's 3 seasons. I found the first season to be really good, and the second season was a little repetitive because it just kind of delved into more the first season. But then this third season that came out is really good. So it's kind of like first season's great, second season's, and this third season's good. So I haven't got to the end yet, so I don't know. But it's my first experience with German science fiction, like reading it, seeing it, and I think it's really good. Next, we're going to talk about Russian science fiction. So my first exposure to that is a book called Roadside Picnic, which I recommend to any sci-fi fan. It's really good. It reminded me of a short story from the 50s, from the Science Fiction Hall of Fame books, which was a collection of short stories, anyway, a long time ago. But it reminded me of that. But that's a really, really good book. But recently I've been reading the Metro 2033, 34, 35, which they made a series of computer games on. Well, like PlayStation, Xbox, PC. I don't know if it's for PC. I'll have to check. But and that's also really good science fiction. They all have their own different flavor, and it's stuff you don't. Yes, they're both kind of post-apocalyptic. In fact, even the German one's kind of post-apocalyptic, but just for this one town. But they're a different type of post-apocalyptic. So it's interesting to me. Like, for example, Walking Dead, like society has broken down. Its entire, the basic unit, family unit's broken down, and the world, has helped advance that. So it's almost like a sociological statement. Whereas in Metro 2033, the story, Metro Exodus, Metro Last Light, the story is that a society is still there. Like, people are still trying to function as a family units, and they're working together and trying to help each other. But the environment is what's been corrupted, and things that have happened because of radiation. So it's fascinating seeing the different types of takes on the post-apocalyptic environment. And it's just very interesting. Whereas most of the conflict, some of it is human on human, but most of it is other radiated monsters you run into, or radiation itself, or running out of air, or, the threats are, instead of, like, for example, The Walking Dead, they only die from a zombie when another person is there to see it and be, affected by it. They rarely die when they're out by themselves, which is, it's more about advancing the story, right? Or they're more in danger from the other humans in the show than they are from the zombies. So it's kind of a flip of there are some dangers you can run into in the Metro, right? You piss off the wrong person, or they punch you, or you get arrested, or something like that. But most of the time, it's the horrors of the outside world that you ever fight against. So I find that the dichotomy is fascinating to me. It's very interesting storytelling. Or like in the case of the German science fiction show, like the conflict is against what's going to happen and trying to prevent it from happening and trying to stop it. So, and it's all about family units and trying to get families to stay together and stuff like that. So I find all that fascinating. It's an interesting take, different type of storytelling also. It makes me want to study like other types of science fiction from other countries, just to see what they've come up with. The Witcher is Polish, right? Polish stories, but it's not exactly science fiction. It's Polish fantasy, but it's also very good. The show is fantastic. And I haven't read those books yet, and I need to. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I appreciate you guys. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Till next time.